So many of you may not know this, but the Better on Bedrock team did a Q&A on the official Minecraft Discord channel. So today we're going to talk a little bit about what they revealed, maybe what their upcoming plans are, and just a Q&A and how it'll function in the future. So I've been pretty excited to look into this. I've already read through them, but I think a lot of people might not know about this, and it could be something that you find really interesting. So this is a little bit of a different video. So obviously I'm just going to go through this. If anything stands out, I'm going to definitely give my thoughts on it. I'm going to highlight any of the sneak peeks that they show off or things they're working on for the future, so then you know what's coming to Better on Bedrock. All right, first off, hello, I am Poggy. I'm one of the owners of Foxy Star Studios and the original creator of Better on Bedrock. As one of the main developers of Better on Bedrock, I work hard to ensure every feature will stay true to the vanilla Minecraft experience while making the game even more interesting. I also mostly handle marketing and making sure our projects get the attention they deserve. Beyond development, I love interacting with the amazing community around our work. At the end of the day, I'm here to have fun, create awesome experiences, and keep pushing Minecraft Bedrock to new heights. So that was pretty cool. And everyone else kind of introduces themselves, which is super cool. Definitely go through and read all these. So I will provide a link. I don't know if this will be up in the future or how long it'll stay up here, but I guess you can scroll through or pause if you want to take a look at things like that. So first question is, when will the RTX combat update come out? We're roughly shooting for 1 to 2 weeks from now. Most of the compatibility is complete. We just need to do some final polishing and passes and finish adding support. I do also plan to make use of the entity PBR and particle PBR feature for the deferred pipeline as well. So if you don't know what you're talking about, that's pretty much shaders. That's pretty much shaders for Bedrock. And I'll probably be showing a clip or something of it right now. But Luminous Streams, which this team is also working on, is a really cool one you can check out. Although it's only in the preview, I do have a video talking about if you want to figure out how to do the shaders for that. You can go through those steps, at least for Windows 10. And you can kind of figure it out for probably some other devices as well. So speaking of that, here's some development shots of the upcoming RTX support. So we got this one. This one looks really cool. It's like it's one of the end biomes. I don't remember the specific words of it. It's pretty sick. This looks pretty awesome as well. Looks like we got a lamp. We got some flowers in a pot. We got obviously the Enchantagus or the Villager. No, that's a Villager. That's the Villager guy. And a Waystone. Pretty sick. Pretty sick. Oh, look at all that. It looks like we got a bunch of lighting coming from another end biome, and we got another screenshot from that. That's pretty cool too. All right, another question is, hey, I really want to get the Better on Bedrock on the marketplace. I have the one on MCPEDL, and I have a survival world that I put effort in. Is there a way that we can transfer my stuff with the marketplace one, or is that not possible? Thanks. Unfortunately, no, this is not actually possible. And that I think is due because it's a world template and not an add-on. You can do at least in the marketplace. If you do want the add-on functionality, go to the MCPEDL. I know that's really only for Windows 10 and Android, but that is one way to kind of get around that. Can you explain the Better on Bedrock mod pack for someone who's never played it before? Like what to expect, progression, etc. Better on Bedrock is a project that aims to improve and overhaul the overall gameplay of the base vanilla game. It aims to overhaul all the overworld biomes and changes a lot of aspects by adding new bosses to the end progression, as well as adding a ton of new content like blocks, items, mobs, structures, biomes, and system. So I would definitely agree with that. It's really cool. I've been playing through it on a live stream, and it's so much fun. It's so much fun. If you haven't checked it out, I definitely would. If you're thinking about it, if you want a little bit better progression, this is a really good one to check out for sure. All right, are there plans to completely redesign the current structures or add new ones once jigsaws are stable, or will the existing structures remain similar but simply use jigsaw? Most of the current Better on Bedrock structures will be updated and redesigned in the structure update that's hopefully coming out pretty soon. We will also try to use the jigsaw blocks for every structure just so that the structures don't mess with the terrain in an unnatural way like they occasionally do right now. And for new structures, I can assure those are happening, so keep your eyes peeled. Ooh, that's pretty exciting. That's pretty exciting. We might get to a little bit of that later down the road. What are the boss names and what are they in Bob? Or Better on Bedrock. Very good acronym. We got the Enchantagus, the Flender, the Frosteris, the Inferior, the Seeker, the Villager, and the Withered Samurai. So those are pretty sick. We got some pictures of them. That's the Enchantagus. That's the Flender. That's the Frost guy. Yeah, that guy. We got the Blaze guy. I can't even remember what his name is. That's super tough. We got the Seeker, the Villager, and finally the Withered Samurai. Super cool design. That's probably my favorite design. Boss fight wise, you can check the stream. It was like way easier than the other ones. The hardest one was probably, I don't know, the Enchantagus was pretty hard. The first episode, that was tough. That was pretty tough. Is there any project like an add-on or resource pack that is like an addition to Better on Bedrock? Bedrock and Bedrock Cataclysm is being developed by one of our own developers. So there might be like a new update to that. That'll be really interesting. That'll be very interesting to see how that goes. Do you think wardens are cool? The warden on a technical level is insane. A very impressive mob that makes exploring one of Vanilla's game's coolest structures is stressful and interesting. A triple question, will Bedrock and Bedrock receive an update including new types of villages for different biomes? If yes, can we have some more sneak peeks? Ooh. So, we'll go through each one. Yes, we're currently working on something we call the structure update, and it does include new villages for a few biomes. Below is a screenshot of one we've been working on. So, spoilers, we got a cherry blossom forest. Ooh. This village actually looks really cool. I'm excited for that. I'm excited to see more villages with a lot more different structures and stuff like that. I think it'll be really cool. So I remember a roadmap was uploaded a few months back. Are you guys planning to go ahead with the roadmap, or do you have something else down your sleeve? The roadmap is no longer being used due to how things have changed over the past few months with Bedrock and Bedrock hitting the marketplace, but we do have something interesting up our sleeves. Okay, we'll see what that is. Bedrock and Bedrock adds new biomes for the end. Do you guys plan to add new biomes in the overworld and nether as well? The overworld already has some nice generation, but it would be better to see some new biomes with all the new wood types. We have experimented before with overworld and end biomes. We don't plan to add them in the short term, but they're definitely something we're working on. Okay, this goes back to the redesign current structures. As of right now, we're currently redesigning some of the old Bedrock and Bedrock structures, giving them a whole new look and feel to match the biome or environment it will appear in. That's actually that would be really cool, because then it would change depending on obviously what biome you're in. That would be cool. It'd be cool to have underground ones as well, or just have a completely new boss. I'd be down for that as well. And with the help of jigsaw blocks, we can make even cooler structures. What is the hardest structure to add, and what was your inspiration for it? Also, can't wait to get Luminous Dreams on my Xbox Series X. Keep up the good work, team. One mountain climb, next step, beautiful water and bushier trees and fantastic rays of light. I agree. The well dungeon would have been the most difficult structure to set up if we hadn't already taken care of the generator 2 years ago for my own add-on, Creeping Crypts. But it was a fun structure to work on, so I have no regrets. That's cool. Will Luminous Dreams one day be built into Bedrock on Bedrock when deferred rendering is fully complete and released and stable? As per Poggy, will not be built into the add-on. It will remain its own standalone pack. However, due to us adding PBR support to the add-on, it will be compatible with any external pack. That's really good for shaders, stuff like that. What is your favorite boss you made? Well, I didn't make the boss. I love the Seeker. I love how fighting him spawns a small field that throws you into the air. It's pretty hilarious and makes me feel like I'm in a bouncy castle. He also used to grab the player and pull them towards his face, which is really cool. Yeah, that's definitely a fun detail that, you know, a lot of people, you don't see about that in development. Will there be a use for the Ardent Crystal at some point? Yes, it will be used as a neat cosmetic item. Ooh. If we zoom in, it looks like we got some kind of mask. That'll be cool. I don't know what it does, but it looks interesting for sure. Are you going to sell more add-ons on the marketplace? We'd love to, so hopefully. That'll be sick. They have done a great job on this. When initially creating Bedrock on Bedrock, what was your plan? Was it always going to have this sort of magical feeling, or did you initially have different plans? So we're going to hop to the question. The question is really great. Way back in late 2019, we always wanted to make an add-on for Bedrock that changes a lot of stuff in Minecraft, while also improving a lot of things. Back then, it was only me, but as time went on, I was able to get an amazing development started in early 2022. One of our goals with the project was to try our best to stay true to vanilla, both in style and gameplay, and I think we did a pretty good job. So that is pretty cool. Will you guys add more stuff to archaeology? This is a very great question. Definitely something we could take a look at. Ooh. When is Better Java coming? Better on Java is a fun project King and I are working on. We do not have plans as of right now to release Better on Java to the public. So that's a little interesting. I guess we'll see how that kind of turns out. I think it'd be cool to have cross-platform, but definitely I don't think that's their focus. But it might be something they get back to eventually. Will you guys give the same rework to the Nether as you did with the End? With the End update, you added a ton of new mobs, biomes, and items, while the Nether seems to be missing some elements like additional biomes and other new items. Are there any plans to expand the Nether further with more biomes, mobs, and unique features to bring it to the same level of depth and variety as the End? It would be amazing to see the Nether receive that kind of attention. So the response is, we've talked about this behind the scenes, interestingly enough. The main reason we have it on hold right now is because we're hoping that the custom biome in the experimental feature fully works in the future. As of right now, with that feature, none of the biomes spawns, but they'll exist, they just won't generate, which is really tough. That is really unfortunate for a lot of creators. I mean, if it's in the game, it should work, but that'll be cool. It's really interesting to see if they ever get around to that kind of once those issues are fixed behind the scenes. Are you guys planning to make the Stardust armor a little weaker And will there be more armors in the future? Just kind of saying the Stardust one's a little OP. No, we intend to keep the Stardust as the best armor in the pack. We're looking at ways to make it require netherite armor for Stardust armor and diamond tools for Stardust tools, mostly due to bedrock limitations. I think I actually mentioned this in one of my live streams because Poggy mentioned it in the chat. He was saying that ideally it would take a full set of netherite. It'd be really expensive, but it would be a really good armor. It is honestly, for me, I know it's required for me to beat the Ender Dragon. It was really tough. As for new armors, we have no plans to add any new armor sets. Would you guys add new dimensions? I don't know if it's possible. This is not yet possible, but maybe in our plans. That's pretty cool. There are a couple workarounds to simulate it to look pretty convincing though. Will we eventually have more usable metals like titanium and steel? Or are we open to the idea in the future? This is an interesting one. When we want to add new ores, we want to make sure they are useful through playthrough. We are doing our best to avoid junk items, although we are open to your ideas from you guys. I think that's really good. That is one thing I also enjoy. There is a lot of items. It's so hard to have a really good reason to go get that item. Just adding more ores might be kind of tough for that, so I kind of see where they're coming from. Will there be compatibility with other texture packs and add-ons in the future? I can say from a texture pack standpoint, yes, we're adding support for advanced PBR textures for use with external ray tracing compatible packs. We are also looking at supporting as many marketplace add-ons as possible. We're doing our best to make sure Bedrock Bedrock is compatible with more content, especially marketplace content. Okay, this actually comes from another question from before. And personally, I would say something like the battle tower is pretty difficult. It's hard to make the interior get gradually harder at the top, and making every interior different and themed took a lot of creativity. And those loot tables were also messed up for a while, but in the end, I'm very happy with the result. Thank you for your kind words. That's also good to know. So this question is all about just kind of balancing the game out and making sure it's like engaging and not having overpowered items. So they say no guarantee, but we could probably take a look at adjusting some of the properties to make it more balanced. So that might just be a smaller thing that comes around. About the Ardent Mask, will this have any special abilities or be purely cosmetic? Also, will there be a special crafting recipe? It isn't a bad idea to be honest. We could look for ways to give it special abilities and giving it a special recipe. Another question about PBR, are there plans for adding normal map support in the future as well? Or is it limited to hype maps? We can definitely look into normal maps, yeah. I wouldn't be against doing some cool 16 or higher res. Cool stuff. But they also said, oh, I did forget though, marketplace packs can't utilize sub-packs, so this might be difficult. Are there any plans to make a marketplace bundle that includes Bedrock Bedrock, actions and stuff, and realistic biomes? This is not possible as we do not own the other content, but you should check out the Marketplace Pass. It's basically a bundle of Marketplace content as a subscription. Will you guys consider adding mythical mobs to the overworld? I'm not talking about dragons, but something like a six-tailed fox that could serve a unique purpose, such as tying into cosmetics or other special features, and see some more fantasy, other things like that. Not particularly, we want to keep the add-on feeling as close to vanilla as possible. Will the mineshaft get an update in the future? That may or may not be part of an upcoming structure update. Winky face. I would be excited for that. That sounds really interesting and has a lot of potential to kind of make mineshafts a little better, you know? Are you guys planning to add more animals to the add-on in future updates? We're always looking at adding new things. You never know what could happen. They're not saying no. Is it possible to implement a system where only the owner has access to the world config item in the realm or multiplayer, while the settings remain linked to all players? This way, any changes made by the owner could automatically apply to everyone. We're looking for ways to make global settings that are modifiable by the server/ROM operators. Some of those settings include making the waystone more customizable. That'll be pretty cool. Just making everything work a little smoother. It's good to know. Will you guys consider nerfing progression? I really do feel like I'm playing better on Bedrock. It's 100 times better, but the fast progression makes it feel rushed. For example, uncommon loot bags and the abundance of diamonds in many structures make it way too easy to advance. I remember creating a world a while back, and by day 2, I already had full diamond armor. Slowing down progression a bit would make the game feel more rewarding and balanced. Are there any plans to adjust a loot distribution or progression pacing to create a more challenging and immersive experience? We had an old system to rework progression. Unfortunately, we got a resounding negative answer to the old progression system. It's unlikely to be revisited. What inspired you to make Bedrock Bedrock? The main inspiration was the overhaul mods you found on Java. Pretty sick. When did you start making Minecraft add-ons? I started to make add-ons way back in 2019. Oh, that's making me feel old. Holy cow. What advice can you give someone who wants to start making add-ons but has no clue where to start? The advice I would give is that you should never be afraid to try new things. I have a few useful resources that can help you get started on making your first add-on. And you can go to the site right here. It's the Bedrock Wiki. If you're very interested in getting into add-ons, resource packs, this might be a really good way to check that out. I might check it out, you know? Maybe I want to make an add-on at some point. That would be sick. I actually wouldn't mind doing that. It's been something I have wanted to do for a while. I just have been busy with life stuff. So maybe I'll get around to it. maybe I'll see what an add-on would look like. Oh, and this comes along with this. In addition to this, if you have any questions, there's also a server for this, but I don't know if I can send server links. So that one might be the Blockbench Discord. I know I am a part of that, and they have a lot of really good resources and things like that to also help out. Maybe I'll do a video talking about some resources you can go to, because I probably will do it at some point. Are you guys planning on remaking every biome Minecraft has? We've been discussing this as a team, as we've already added new things to many biomes, like oak forest, birch forest, deserts, taigas, and we plan on adding small improvements to all biomes, even the nether and end biomes, with new mobs, blocks, and structures to improve their overall look and experience. However, this is pretty far down on the roadmap. Will the bosses get improved animations and visuals? Currently, the Shielded Pyro class and the Withered Samurai have already gotten improved animations and visuals, though I'm not 100% sure if the other bosses will get the same treatment. I'd love to make more. Hey, they might be updated, they might not. Any plans for a roadmap for the public? No, we don't plan to do any public roadmaps, mostly because stuff can come up that will prevent us from following the roadmap, which is why our 2025 roadmap is no longer being used. I kind of agree with that, because having a roadmap kind of locks you into things and can be tough for people to get out, especially if you have a creative juice or that creative boost to kind of just keep going on stuff you're more passionate about. Will you think about working with the Orville Studios to give us improved VFX using realistic biomes? Right now, we don't plan to any collaborations. We also want to make sure Better on Bedrock stays to Vanilla's style. We may revisit this in the future. I think that could be interesting, but obviously it's really hard to work with other creators, and you're kind of doing your own thing as part of that. It would be kind of complicated, but who knows? Who knows? Is a cooking overhaul something you guys would be interested in adding? I know there are a lot of crop and flora enhancements in Better on Bedrock, so I could imagine that a sort of farmer's delight approach is possible. Of course, it would be different for the legal reasons though. While cooking is not the main point of the add-on, we have added a lot of new crops, foods, and recipes. Healthy carrots, so good. We probably won't add things like cooking stoves like you may see in Farmer's Delight, but we will be adding more foods along with other updates like the cave, nether, and end update, or any update as well as a bonus feature. We may even have thought of some new foods and crops for the nether. Not hinting towards anything at all though. Wink, wink. So, new foods? Probably down the line. They will get there eventually. I saw that you guys made progression, I assume that's what it is, harder with the copper tools needed to mine iron. Are you guys planning to make it harder to get diamonds? Currently, probably not, but we may revisit the idea of maybe even using the old bound rod again. No promises though. I don't know what the old bound rod is. It sounded like it goes along with progression, so it could be something they bring up. It seems like progression isn't the biggest thing they're working on. It's mostly just filling out the rest of the world with meaningful content, which I think is probably a little more important than the progression system. Would you guys consider reworking boss structures? Some of them don't really feel right. Let's take the Shielded Pyro class, for example. He's got a smaller altar, and most of the boss structures are kind of small and underwhelming. Considering that these bosses are the only way to reach the end, they should have a more significant and imposing structures. A larger, more intimidating structure would help elevate the experience and make these encounters feel more epic and meaningful. Are there any plans to redesign boss structures to make the match more challenging they present? Maybe. Hey, okay. I mean, they're probably working on it right now, and that'll be really cool. That'll be sick. We got a ton of new flowers, but unfortunately we can't make dyes with them, or they don't serve any purpose except decoration. What do you think about this? We do plan to let you turn our flowers into dyes in a future update. We don't have any ideas to give these flowers a different decorative use. Really fun world. Apparently not an add-on, still new to mods. Super glad it's coming to the marketplace and getting the attention it deserves. 1. Will our existing worlds receive automatic updates as content is added? We're just gonna hop back and forth between these questions. It should. You might still need to click the update button though, but it should update everything automatically. Hey, that's actually really good to know. Is there an up-to-date wiki somewhere for Better on Bedrock? The best I found is poggy.org, but even there's a lot of content that's missing, and that the website encourages community contributions, but I couldn't find a way to do so. You can check right here. Poggy.org is the most up-to-date wiki for Better on Bedrock. Still a work in progress, but we're doing our best to add more content to it. That's really good to know. I will probably also link most of these links in the description, so you can check it out for yourself and have a little bit of an easier access to all of these things. Is there a way to tone down mob spawning? The spotted sheep are out of control. This might be related to 3, but any idea why mobs aren't spawning in player-made caves? Lots of players mention this problem on Foxy Studios Discord, but no one seems to have an answer. There isn't a way to increase/decrease mob spawning, but we'll look into that things. I do have more sneak peeks for upcoming Cherry Grove Village. Oh wow, that looks really cool. I don't know what this block is right here. Is that mangrove? It might be mangrove. Yeah, it looks like it's mangrove wood. Oh wow, this is actually really pretty. I think this will make the biome a lot more interesting, and definitely way more interesting to go and explore. Pretty simple things like this definitely make the game go so much better. That gradient, though. That's a nice gradient. I like that. Will you guys consider... Oh, this goes back to the reworking boss structures. Well, what a coincidence. I may or may not be working on that. While I will be keeping them small and similar to the original appearance, some will get major updates. Try to guess which revamp this one is. Ooh. This is the Villager, I do believe. Yeah, that's what it is. That's what it is. Honestly, this really is a simple thing, but I think it'll make the structure look way more interesting. For how long do you plan to keep developing this add-on and bring on updates? We do not plan to stop working on Bedrock anytime soon. We plan to continue working on this as long as Minecraft itself exists. So this is going to be one working for a long time. I'm really excited for that. These are adding new structures and redesigning current ones. Ooh, we get some new sneak peeks. Look at that. Oh, this one is a very like simple. It's a little blurry, but that's fine. But this looks like it'll probably pop up in like Pale Gardens and stuff. That'll be cool to have something new there. And I don't really know what like the structure would be in. Maybe just like plains or a forest, but it has a waystone, and waystones are sick. They're like my favorite thing in Bedrock, not gonna lie. More RTX leaks. What? Whoa, got a bunch of mushrooms. That's actually really cool. That's cool. I'm excited for RTX to work more properly with this, because I know that it's super tough to get working. Ooh, that looks sick. That looks really cool, actually. And there's another screenshot of that. That's pretty cool. Will you add plushies back to Bedrock? Maybe even with some new additions like the Goblin? We do. We plan to make these plushies exclusive to the Marketplace version, but do plan to add a few to the MCP EDL version. Hey, that's pretty cool. Are you planning on giving Endermen back their home? They probably miss the end dimension. They should only spawn in the end waste biome, but if they're not, then it's a bug. One we will definitely squish. Why are giraffes and rhinos so rare, or is it just a bug? We don't have those in our add-on. You may be thinking of a different one. Since the time is coming to a close, we appreciate all of the questions. Unfortunately, we may not be able to answer every one, but we tried to get them all. See you around at some point. This was very fun. What time will be available for purchase on the Marketplace? It's already on the Marketplace. It released a couple days ago. You can check it out here. And Poggy says, thanks for all the amazing questions. We had such a blast answering them. We can't wait for you to see what we have up our sleeves. Be sure to try out Bedrock. You will have a whale of a time. Y'all are amazing. Take care. That's so good. And we get some cool artwork as well. And we got the last comment from here. Wow. This was super cool, actually. And we got some fun leaks to kind of take a look at for some upcoming updates. Now, obviously, my thoughts pretty simply is let's go. I'm just excited for more content. And just to see that they're really passionate about this. So please go check out Bedrock. If you haven't, like, you're missing out. There is so much content, and it's a blast. Absolute blast. And obviously, I'm still working on Bedrock. I haven't found everything. I haven't done everything. Hopefully, in the live streams, we'll be able to get some of the big things out of the way. We got most of them done, but it's been a lot of fun. Would recommend. And we'll see what other updates they have planned for the future. And if you want to see some more random add-ons, check out these videos right here. Thanks for watching. Bye.